Hey guys, back with another video. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to go over the Loki hybrid wash from the detail company at the House of Rags. So, if you don't know what a hybrid wash is, usually it's referred to, basically you foam onto a car, you rinse it off, and then you go into like a rinseless wash so that you don't have to, it's less rinsing after the process, and then it's quicker dry off. It saves you a little bit of time. Now, there are pros and cons of doing it. A lot of people are like, hey, if I already got out the pressure washer, I'm gonna just do a normal soap wash, and well, that's your prerogative, because you're already using soap and you gotta rinse it, and go through this process. But the Loki, let me do this. The Loki hybrid wash, okay, it's actually a rinseless wash that can foam. Now, the thing is, in fact, if you watch my Optimum Hyper Foam video, I pretty much, because that's a hybrid wash, I called it garbage. Okay, and I tried to show you in a little clip on like half the hood what's wrong with it, because the suds will not break down, and that's a big issue. And so this is completely different. I keep showing you the wrong side of the bottle there. This is completely different. In fact, a lot of you guys called me out. They're like, oh, well, you intentionally smeared stuff across the hood. Well, the thing is, you got to understand that when you magnify that by the entire car, okay, it looks a lot worse than I'd made it look in just that hood section. So now this is completely different though, because this will actually break down. The suds will collapse, break down. So, anyway, the Loki hybrid wash from Detail Company. Let me show you how we're going to do this today. All right, guys. So let me bring you in. So on the car, we got mud splatter, things like that. We got plenty of dirt. Okay, it rained a bunch, so we got all kinds of grime, road grime there. And if I go down the side of the car, you could just see all that dirt. Now, in the past, in other videos, I've shown you just how bad, that I'm willing to test out to clean, to see if a rinseless wash will clean. But today, I'm gonna just try and show you the Loki, the hybrid wash, because I want to show you, if we do a foam process, the way that you really should clean a car that's in this type of shape. I'm gonna show you how well this can work, because I've actually used this a bunch already. And like this is a 16, I already have a gallon that's I've used a bunch out of. So anyway, let me show you what we're working with. So for Christmas, Santa Me got an Ego pressure washer, okay? And I've done a bunch of testing, and what I found was that I replaced the orifice on this with the 1.1, and it foams great. So what I'm going to be doing is putting in 500 mils of water into my foam cannon, along with 2 ounces of product, because that's what's recommended by Eddie Cologne from the House of Rags. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to foam on the car. All right, we're going to let it dwell, we're going to let it drip off, and then we're going to go in with our wash media. Now, I have a sponge. He doesn't recommend using the sponge. He likes to use with the Loki. He wants to use microfiber towel. So we're going to do both ways, because I want to show you how well this, with the sponge, it basically just pushes suds around, but with the drying towel, it still breaks down. So, and I will show you all that. Now, the other thing is, from this, all I did is I mixed up a 5-gallon bucket of Loki 256-1. In fact, let me show you. I even labeled it. Okay, so this is 256-1. So once I foam, and then I'm going to rinse a little bit, and then I'll just refoam really quick. But then I'm going to take whatever's left in here and just put it in my wash bucket. So I'm going to use that. So that's 2.5 ounces of product there. I'm going to use 2 ounces in the foam cannon, and then I have some other couple buckets with just some rinse water if I need, because I need to clean out my foam cannon at the end. And then I have one of the new Diva rinseless towels that came out from the House of Rags. Super plush, nice soft towel. And we'll go over that at the end too. So anyway, let me glove up, and well, you'll see, let's get going. Okay guys, I have my foam cannon. This is just the MJJC S 3.0. I actually did get the new one. It's actually a fantastic foam cannon. The base is super nice. I really like it. I have not dropped it yet. I don't plan to. So anyway, I just thought this would be less controversial. So 500 mils of water. We'll toss that aside. All right, we got our measuring cup. In fact, I always mix. Now, let me explain something else here. They say this is like a cucumber melon scent. The scent is not for me. This is not my scent at all. But it works really good, so I will tolerate it. So there's that. So 2 ounces in there. And the thing is, I only need, because I'm doing a rinseless wash, I don't need a ton of foam on the top of the car. I really just need it to break down this road grime on the side of the car and to kind of like pull any of that grit off, because I'm gonna go right into the rinseless process. So right now I'm just gonna show you kind of on the side of the car. So having said that, let's hook up. Oh, duh. There we go. All right, that's on. The Loki's mixed. Let's start her up and get going. All right, here you go. Now you can see I barely used any of that, okay? Now this is a nice runny foam. I really like this. If I wanted to, if I added like 1 more ounce or even a ½ an ounce in here, you would get a ton of foam. So, you know, just beware, depending on how much of the hybrid wash you put in there, you will definitely get better foam. In fact, with 3 ounces in there, just 1 more ounce, this would be shaving cream foam. Just kind of wanted to let you know that, guys. All right, let me bring you in. So right now we have everything kind of coming off the panel, off the door. But you could see we have a lot of the dirt right there. But look on the ground. You could see the different color foam suds, okay? All that brown is just dirt that got pulled off the car. So that's exactly what we're looking for. That's what I want to see. And it's just super nice. Now, here's the benefit, okay? Because I'm going to rinse this really quick, but because I'm rinsing with the 256-to-1, then I don't need to, again, to pre-spray with that. Now, what I am going to do, though, is because I want to show you how well the suds work. Once I rinse this, I am going to respray the foam onto the car, okay? So that I can show you just how well this works at breaking down, or that the foam breaks down off of there, the suds, so that you can, you know, have no issues on the dry off. So, well, let's get going. All right, guys, now I'm gonna rinse really quick. This is actually like a 3.5 nozzle or 3.5 something. Obsessed Garage, I believe they say use a 3.0 orifice nozzle with the Eagle pressure washer. I don't have one. I have one on order, so we just got to use this. But I mean, it's already looking super clean, but let's rinse. All right, now you could see, because I'm pulling the 256-to-1 out of the bucket, I still have plenty of like stuff on the car, but like I'm really not seeing any of that dirt that was there. So I'm really happy with that. But just so I can show you how well this works, I'm gonna foam it again. And honestly, 500 mils in this thing. What do I still have left? Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still have 300 mils in here. I could have went around the whole car and did the whole car with just 500 mils. So it's not like I would have had to use 4 ounces in the foam cannon because I needed to fill it up. So anyway, that's the deal there. So now we got plenty of foam on the car. I'm just going to take my bucket of wash and fill it up. All right, I got 256 to 1. You can see, I mean, just from pouring it in here, I got plenty of suds. It definitely foams a lot. So I'm gonna put some microfiber in there. All right, now this is the way that EC says to do it, okay? Use a wet towel. So I really didn't wring any of this out. In fact, we'll get it nice and wet, okay? It's dripping. This is what we want. And number one, this with the rinseless, even with a double flip towel, okay? Even with a double flip towel, this thing is super slick. No issues whatsoever. And you could see how it broke down a lot of that foam already. There's a little bit left on the mitt or on the double flip. In fact, let me show you. Let me bring you in because you can see how very little, there's like no dirt left just from that rinse process really quick there. In fact, we'll use that side. I'll go on the back door and I'll show you that. All right, so we'll do this whole back, and I want you to see just how little, all right, there's almost no dirt that it picked up, and you saw how dirty that was before. Almost no dirt whatsoever, and if I just dunk it, all right, I dunk it, and honestly, like, it almost looks completely clean. This is a used mitt, or a used wash towel, so it's not like it's gonna be perfect, but honestly, like, it's just using the Loki and then rinsing it like I did just brought most of it off of there already. So now you can see this. Let me show you what it would look like if I took the foam, if I took a sponge. All right, we'll get that nice and foamed up. All right, so we go like this. Lots of foam. Here, let's try and get as much foam as we can. Here. There we go. So let's pretend, okay, this is what we got. We'll set that aside now. Normally, you would want to actually rinse that off, right? Because you got a ton of foam on there. And this is what I had when I was doing like the Optimum. But check this out. All right, so I grabbed the drying towel. Now, I just go across and look at this. The foam is just leaving the car. I'm not smearing it around. It's literally, it's just breaking down on the towel, not smearing. Okay, and now here's the best part. Look at on the towel. Okay, there's no big piles of suds. Okay, no big piles of suds on the towel. It just breaks down as soon as it hits that towel. And I didn't smear it around on the door. There's still some in the cracks. All right, you can see there. And honestly, if I do, in fact, let me show you something really quick. All right, so honestly, if you get, all right, so all this stuff that's left, there we go. I just take that and whatever came out, now I just wipe up. It's as simple as that, guys. the Loki hybrid wash from Detail Company. Honestly, if this stuff, I absolutely love this. You know, if you got a lot of dirt, if your car is really dirty, I would definitely recommend this. It's super slick on the surface with the sponge and the wash media, a hybrid, or a what do you call a microfiber towel, the double flips. It's super slick on the surface. It cleans really well. Everything, you know, I used it with the pressure washer. I recommend, you know, if you have a dirty car, try and rinse, but it works really well. And the foam doesn't linger. It breaks down once the towel hits it. If the Optimum Hyperfoam did what this does here, I wouldn't have called it garbage. Because, and if the instructions actually, in fact, hang on, let me stand up. Okay guys, if the Optimum Hyperfoam had the correct instructions to where it would actually produce foam instead of just running water or runny suds, all right, I wouldn't have called it garbage. If it broke down on the surface like this does, I wouldn't have called it garbage, okay? This stuff is a true hybrid wash process. It's like an all-in-one. Actually, it's an all-in-one hybrid wash. Absolutely fantastic. If you're in a hurry, you know, and you don't have the time to foam and rinse and foam and you know, all the good stuff, and then wash and then rinse it off, and you know, I literally went through, in fact, I'm looking at the buckets. I put 2 gallons in my wash bucket, and then I used about 3/4 of a gallon of actual like product out of the other bucket. So literally with just a 5-gallon bucket, you could do an entire car, no problem, even foaming with the foam cannon, rinsing, and then literally doing your wash, your contact wash, and then you just dry it off, and you are left with a perfectly clean car. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. The Loki hybrid wash from Detail Company. I really highly recommend this. Oh, and if you, I almost forgot, I actually have a discount code for them. If you want, TOD10, save you 10%, or just click on the link below. If they have a better deal going on, click on the link below. Help me earn a little bit of money for the channel to bring you content like this. But honestly, you could see seeing is believing. Okay, seeing is believing. And don't take my word for it. It's not like I'm trying to sell you garbage, okay? Because I could have included links to that Hyperfoam in the video that, you know, and said, hey, buy it. But honestly, it was just garbage to me. But this stuff is a banger, and I wish other products were like this, because this one actually works really, really well. I like it a lot. So anyway, until next time, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.